5 likes. That's 5 more than we normally get. So, no, we actually have 6 viewers. So two of the people who are currently viewing didn't like it because there were 5 when there were only 4 viewers. Somebody came in, liked it, and then bounced out. Whoever that was is a saint. Yeah, and that's exactly the kind of person that we like on this show. They have no expectations of us, but they're just willing to support us. Like who's that dude? King Cracker, the duck. I was actually talking to him yesterday because he was asking me what happened, how I was going to get fired already from that job, and so rather than talk about it on the timeline, I just messaged him and told him the whole story, and then I said, by the way, I said, I don't think we've ever thanked you for watching the show, but you're like one of our most consistent viewers, so. Uh-oh, it says no sound on V's end. Again? Alright, stand by. See, this is why I don't like messing with this friggin' thing. Nope, you're not having issues. What do I normally do to make this happen? We normally have to close it out and start back up again, huh? No, he's not. Let's try.
Can you hear me? Testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. No?
Hold on. It takes a second for it to catch up with them. So we'll see if that works. Because I think I might have fixed it.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
I like how Mike says expectations met.
Every friggin' time.
It's always something. And you know what's funny is I
dude.
never change anything on here. The only thing I changed today was your picture. The you guys hear V yet?
Can you hear me?
There we go. There we go.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah. So as I was saying,
yeah, go ahead and start over from the beginning.
I'll tell you my life story from the womb back when I was a younger. No, I was just saying, we weeded through all the people that follow us that like they don't interact or watch the show or anything. It's kind of like, who are these people? Like, why follow us and then not like ever interact or like the post? It's silly. It's like just you want numbers for your social media following and whatever. It means something to them, I guess. I don't get it. But I did the same thing with my Facebook. I don't have fucking Facebook. With my Twitter, and it was funny because it came down to like just our regulars like Yakov and Jay Coop and Mike in Manitoba and Plasma Rob and who else? King Cracker, like our regulars. And I was like, yeah, these are people that like that I like and that I'm cool with, And it like felt good because all of those people I regularly interact with, and I'm like, yeah, like this is how it should be, you know what I mean? Like that's how it should be, You know
what's funny about having Yakov as a friend on Twitter is as soon as he retweets one of your tweets, if it's like even just like remotely funny, all of a sudden you'll just have like a ton of dudes in your or following you out of nowhere. And you just have like, it happens every once in a while. Like he'll retweet something that I say and look at all those things just popping up all of a sudden on the because I switched back to my screen. I finally got that to work, by the way, V. I got the damn
that's
chat
awesome,
thing
dude.
to work. So
yeah, I see it.
yeah,
great.
I'm pretty much like a stud on here now. So
Yeah, if you could only do that from the get-go.
yeah.
Instead of like so, you know. So what are
The
we talking about? I guess we're
Well, I
not
didn't
really
even
doing.
finish. I had a whole thing that I was going to do about Yakov and
Oh,
how
man. All right. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the Yakov. Oh yeah, he's doing his whole thing. He's doing his shtick. So Yakov, why don't you post your stuff in the chat to buy you T-shirts and all that, and then we'll do it later too. But do it now so that I can refer people back to it. But yeah, he'll have like, well, it's like a whole bunch of people start following you, and then if you look, it'll say, you know how it says so and so is following this person or whatever the case. It's always like Yakov. It'll be some silly name, and then or like Fash or Groiper or what are the other ones? Anyways, just a bunch of like normal names that you can pretty much pin it down and be like, oh, this is probably a Yakov fan. And then
Yeah.
he says, but they're cool, angry virgins, and it's true. But they do, and then they're like the most loyal dudes ever. They'll like everything and comment on everything and retweet all your shit. They're amazing. So kudos to Yakov for finding all the really cool fans on the internet. So what are we talking about today, V? I know you were trying to segue into that. Wait, are we there yet already? Like, are we? I thought we were. I thought we still had. Don't we normally do a thing?
No,
where
I
we,
wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna like lead into that. I was just gonna say like we're not. We're not doing like, just so you guys know, we're not doing like an actual like episode today. We're kind of like, we're not phoning it in. I assure you. We're not. At some point, Tom will take the fabled shot that we've all been patiently awaiting for, and you know it's there. He's ready to go. But
I
we're
left
gonna
it
build
shut
up.
so that you guys can't say that I used some fake stuff or like filled it with Kool-Aid or something. I left it shut, and we're gonna open it on the air. Please don't kick the camera, kiddo.
So unopened. So yeah, but well, we had kind of something we wanted to continue doing our series of the old what do we call it? What do we call this? The swinging dicks.
Swinging dicks.
Yeah, swinging dick series of our unsolved what have yous. And so we were gonna go in to do that, but then yesterday some stuff came up with me, so I wasn't able to do the show. And so now we're kind of like. Well, it started out. I was like, well, let's like redo it, tomorrow. And then I was like, but I don't want to make it seem like we're phoning it in, especially because it's important that you do the shot, and that's what everybody's waiting for. And so, what happened was, no, in the long run, we're not really gonna do like a full show today. We're gonna pretty much fart around, is what I said. I guess we'll just like kind of talk about whatever, and then at the end, Tom will do a shot. That way, you guys have to stay till the end to see Tom do the old shot.
Yeah, you have to watch. You have to enjoy. Well, no, you have to watch. You don't have to necessarily enjoy the programming, but you have to stick around, or at least like mute us and while you watch Law and Order or Criminal Minds or whatever in the background, where you sit and you like hold your phone or your tablet or whatever like this, and then anytime it's just like a long period where we're talking, you just set it down and watch the LL Cool J and the dude from Dumb and Dumberer. And, yeah.
Who's the dude from Dumb and Dumber? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know his name.
You're talking about Luis Guzman.
No, he was in it, but
was he in it? No, I wasn't. I was totally not serious.
Yeah, he was actually in Dumb and Dumberer. He plays the janitor, and he's Lloyd's dad. Lloyd's dad?
Really?
Yeah, he's Lloyd's dad.
No way.
Yep, he sure is.
I actually did. Well, no, I did watch it. All I remember about that movie is they were on the short bus, and there was like a really funny scene where they like jump the short bus. But I don't remember the rest of it being that good. Like, I remember it kind of being like they were overacting. It wasn't as good as like.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber was kind of it's a smear on the series. The only thing that I like about that movie is Bob Saget when when
great.
Harry gets all the chocolate, he sits on the heater or whatever, and then he's got the chocolate bar in his pocket. And then it gets all over his hand, and so he's like wiping it on everything. And then Bob Saget comes in, and he's like, "There's shit on everything. There's shit on the rug. It's on the towel, and it's just everywhere." And then I think Harry had already, One of the only like parts that I like really laughed really hard at was when Harry, and the spoiler alert because I'm about to tell you a scene from Dumb and Dumber, but from like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
He goes, he's standing there, like he goes over to this chick's house, and he's standing there like he's rehearsing what he's gonna say when she answers the door. He's like, "Hey, it's me, it's Harry." No, that's stupid. Hey, Jen, it's me. You know, hey, from school or whatever. And then all of a sudden, the camera it changes direction and it shows she's already answered the door and she's already looking at him. It's one of my favorite gags. Like when Bender goes, "What is she behind me?" And then he's like, "No, she's in front of you."
That's a classic bit in film where what you do is anything that comes from off screen or like on like comes on leave screen apparently is real funny. Like that scene in Hot Fuzz when they offer him cake and you see the hand come out of the screen and it's like right next to his face, or like something comes out of nowhere and it's like into the screen. Apparently that's really funny. I don't know if you follow comedy or whatever.
No, I don't like jokes.
Yeah, no one really does, to be honest. Who does? So what else we got? I was going to tell you about
yeah, go ahead.
When I goat head.
No, I said yeah, go. I said yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were calling me a goat head.
I would never call you a goat head.
You goat head. No, what I was saying was, I was going to tell you about when I got gassed, the gas chamber at Fort Jackson.
Oh, yeah, because we're talking about pooping and puking and farting and stuff tonight because of the hot sauce.
Yeah, so
the build up to my epic diarrhea.
Yeah, the preamble, as it were.
No, what's an overture? Is that a thing? That's a musical term. I don't know what an overture is. Yeah,
overture is like the opening theme of like your whole symphony.
So that's what this is. This is like the overture to my giant brass section.
Yeah, the finale, as it were.
There's going to be a really long tuba solo.
Yeah, that's a good fart. A foghorn would be a good fart sound, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody pushed. No, Yakov, we're not doing that. You got to remember the context.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. I was talking about when I was in basic training. I went to Fort Jackson, otherwise known as Relaxin' Jackson. They call it that because that's where they send all the pogues. And for those of you that don't know what pogues are, the acronym means person other than grunt. So when you're not enlisted as an infantryman or mortarman or somebody with the 11 whatever identifier, you're pretty much not a grunt. And so that means that you're a pogue, not a ground pounder. Right, and so they send you to basically a school, and so I don't know, where'd you go? You went to Benning.
I went to Benning.
Huh? Yeah. You were Benning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you were it's funny, you're supply, and still you went to infantry school.
I know.
But so they sent me to Fort Jackson.
Classic Army pulled the fast one on me. I didn't know any better. I was just like, yeah, I'll go wherever, dude. And he's like, yeah, Fort Benning, you're good to go.
Yeah. So they sent me to Fort Jackson, which I don't have the comparison, but like. That's where I went for my training, and it was basic training, right? Which, that everybody does the same thing in basic training. I think my understanding is some are a little bit harder than others, depending on where you go for your basic training. Like Fort Benning is the infantry basic training. So if you're in basic training with infantrymen, it's probably going to be pretty tough. Right, and that's what I'm assuming, right? And
I made it through, and I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Well, you were there, you would know. I didn't go to Fort Benning. I was at Fort Jackson, as they call Relaxin' Jackson. And so they have you do all this. Like, there's certain specifications of what you're supposed to do in basic training. All these specific things that you have to do, like learn to shoot your rifle and what have you, right? And so. So one of those things is they do this gas mask test where it's basically like to make sure that your equipment works. And so you get your gas mask, and then they take you to this basically building where they put a canister of mustard gas in the middle, and then you go in with your gas mask, right? You have to know how to use your gas mask. And then during that time that there's like you're basically in this room, and it's you and like 50 other soldiers, give or take, circled around this like square room, right? Obviously all rooms are square. Well, most rooms are square. And then the drill sergeant in the middle opens the canister of gas, right? And then you you have your gas mask on, and then the drill sergeant comes around and yells at you, like they're always yelling at you. He yells at you, unseal your mask, and then he tells you to say something, right? And depending on who you are, he'll go, give me your social security number, right? So you take off your mask, and then you breathe in all of the gas, which instantly, like, it's funny because they go, what's your social security number? And you go, and then, like, all of a sudden, like, everything just starts pouring out of every orifice on your face, tears, snot, drool, whatever. And then they go, seal the mask. Yeah, earwax. Seal the mask and now get out of here. And then you go out, right? It's literally like maybe 15 to 30 seconds of that, right? And then you go out and, like, they have this thing where you walk outside the building, and then you follow this trail up this circle, and you have to flap your arms, like flap them basically like a bird, because that gets the smoke off of your clothes and off of your body or whatever. But the whole time, yeah, your vagina. And so the whole time, all this stuff is just like drooling out of your face, right? And so it's horrible. Like, it's the worst thing. And, like, I remember, like, the craziest thing to me was, like, going in there, and I, like, had no idea what to expect. I had heard of this, but I had no idea what to expect. And, like, I knew that, like, this is going to be weird. Like, this is going to be something I'm not ready for. But I was kind of, like, prepared, you know, like, I was mentally prepared, like, okay, whatever. And so, like, so the guy comes in, the drill sergeant, and he yells at you, and he's coming around the room. And I remember there's this big, giant dude, like 6'5", like freaking beefcake, and he was like panicking, and he was like maybe 4 or 5 people down from me, and he was like freaking out, like, it's not working. He kept saying, it's not working, it's not working, and he was like freaking out, and I was like, I had my mask, so it's like kind of funny. Like, imagine all these people around you in masks on, and you're talking to those, so you're going, what's going on? What's going on? And, like, so I looked at the guy next to me, I go, what's happening, dude? And then the guy four rows down is going, it's not working, it's not working. And so he's freaking out, like ready to, like, knock everybody down. And so all these other drill sergeants come in, and they're holding him down because he's, like, torn his mask off. He's, like, pouring snot and whatever down his face, and he's, like, basically knocking out these drill sergeants, trying to get out of the room. And they're like, calm down, private, calm, and, like, yelling at him. And so finally, like, they hold him down, and he figures out, and then they come to me, and they take off your mask, say your social security, where were you from, and blah, blah, blah. And I go, I don't know. And then you drool, and, like, they send you out, get out of here, and you flap your arms, and, like, whatever. And it's, like, this crazy moment where you're, like, panicking, but you got to do it, right? You got to do it. And so, like, you get out there, and, like, you flap your arms, and it's all gone, and you're, like, still, like, your face is just beet red, and there's all this drool and snot and tears, like you're crying. And so finally you're, like, standing, you know, like, oh, that was horrible. But then the best moment, like, after that is literally watching other people come out of there, because you get to see them in this, like, base state of, like, panic and fear and, like, drool, and, like, they're just like, and they come out. And I always enjoyed that. But I think the funniest thing about that whole situation was that gigantic dude. I mean, imagine, like, somebody that you would call, like, Mongo or something, and he's just, like, freaking out. Yeah.
You call him oof or thud.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just, like, freaking out. And you're going, this guy can't handle this, and here I am, like, I'm like a tenth of the guy's size, you know, going, what the hell, dude? Like, this guy's freaking out. But that was an interesting moment back in basic training. I thought I'd share it. I know you had to do the same. I don't know if it was the same for you. You guys get tased in your basic training, or was that?
No, I got tased in Iraq. Because we switched to, so we were there for, like, the beginning. It was back in, like, 2004. And then into 2005, when it switched, like, in that period, it switched over from the Shock and Awe campaign to the Hearts and Minds campaign. So they wanted to switch from lethal force to non-lethal force. So every troop got every unit, because I know you like to call every soldier a troop, but, like, the companies in the Cav are called troops. So every troop had one designated NCO in charge of non-lethal force. And
I was in a cab. I don't know if you know this, but I was in a cab.
I did not know that.
Yeah, my in Germany was cab.
Continue.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay. It was I was talking.
That's why I called
just telling
troops,
a story.
Yeah.
You know, no big. Oh, and I didn't even yawn the whole time. You can see my camera and all that. But no, they had to test it on somebody back at the unit, and they said, "Hey, Miller, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing." I was sitting in the supply room or something, and he's like, you mind if I try this taser on you? I was like, "Yeah, no biggie, no big whoop." And so I'm standing there, and then like these two, there were two NCOs, one on either side of me, and I was like I didn't, for whatever reason. I mean, I was like 18 at the time.
Did they both tase you?
No, just one of them did. The other one, there were two that were ready to catch me, and then one that was going to tase me. And he said, he's like, "So I'll just get you right in the thigh." And then I said, "All right, whatever, it doesn't matter." And I said I should be able to deal with that. But then one of the dudes, he said, "I'll just have it real low or whatever." And then I guess they like nodded or winked at each other, and so they turned it up all the way. And they hit me right on the thigh with it, and I just went down like a sack of potatoes. Like I went ghost white, and I just remember, next thing I know, they're like lifting me up off the floor, and I don't remember much of anything that happened.
What kind of taser was it? Was it just like a regular taser, or like the one that shoots the? Just like the one that crackles, the terrifying sound.
No, I don't remember any sound, but it was they didn't do it came with the piece that you can shoot, and it has the two metal prongs and the cords or whatever, but they just did the one because you could press it up against somebody and shock them, or you could fire the...
No, those ones that crackle, man, like that is a scary... Like if you're ever near somebody that has a taser and it has that like a real taser, like the one that's like 120,000 volts, and then they like turn it on near you and it does that crackling sound. That sound is terrifying, dude. Like I will leave the room if someone...
Well, lightning
is
is pretty scary, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, whew, man.
Hey,
so
while we've got a break here, just want to say welcome to the show, Yakov, Mike, Jake Hoop, Buzz, Jamis for some reason is in the chat. like he got lost somewhere along the way. Megabit and Let's Fish already. So welcome to the chat, everybody.
Did you get
Mike,
Buzz Busby?
He
mentioned earlier that he thought I hated him, and that is absolutely not true.
Yeah, no, like we don't hate anybody even like the people who talk shit about us. Like we don't even hate them because we end up using whatever they say as promo material. So
it would
take
promo,
something very
we should do
special.
our promo while we're here.
Oh yeah, we got. Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
No, you do it. You do it. All right, you're the voice, man. You're the you had me at Bigfoot guy.
Is that so? Well, so anyways, we actually received. Was it your post that caught his attention, or was it mine? I don't remember. But anyways, one of us posted about having to take the shot of hot sauce, and Dude Wipes at Dude Wipes. It's actually a company that creates I think they do like baby wipes, they do shower wipes, they do all sorts of wipes, except for like they're for grown men, which doesn't stop me. Like the thing about baby wipes is you can use them at any age, it turns out. So I still use baby wipes to, for my bathroom business or whatever.
They're endorsed. Let's not forget they're endorsed by Dave Chappelle too.
Right, and so here I am talking about how you can just use baby wipes when it's important that we say right now. Go out and buy Dude Wipes because they are a proud supporter of You Had Me at Bigfoot. And from what I understand, they're going to send us a box of Dude Wipes. No, I don't know. I don't think that's true. But they suggested that we buy some Dude Wipes for what's going to come later in the show. And if you want to see what happens after the show, after I take the shot, if you want to see all the time that I'm going to spend on the toilet, you can view my toilet cam by joining our Patreon. Pay $1 a month, and you can have access to the toilet cam. But what else we got?
That would not be something. I'm sure there's people out there that enjoy that. They call them scat something. I don't know what the
scat.
No, not that kind of scat. The scat.
Scat man's world.
People that are into that, there are people that are into that, apparently, which baffles me. I can't imagine why anybody is into that.
Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, I know.
What was what is it Carl says? They did that episode of Total Recall the other day where he's got to take shit outside in the
That's a good one.
Yeah, and that he's like, well, what about so I'm going to be out here doing my business in the nude. And he's like, well, you'll be invisible. So So like Predator or
Yeah. Or the Hollow Man.
you choose your.
Yeah, it doesn't even work. He doesn't even really do that. He just lied to him.
I gotta go. What else? So we were going to talk about puking and pooping and stuff. Did you have any other puke poop stories?
I don't know. I mean, there are plenty of shark stories, but none of them are really like that good. Like a shark is like, well, you know what a shark is when you think that you're gonna fart and then a little poop comes out, so you get shitty drawers, and it's usually not like shitty drawers. It's just like a little enough to where you go, probably gonna have to change my drawers or get rid of this pair. But I mean, everybody's had that moment, where they do the shart and then they're concerned that they're gonna be all day with shitty drawer. Well, not I don't want to say shitty drawers because that implies that like you've got a load in your pants. I'm saying like a skid mark, right? Like enough to where like it touches your cheek and you go, oh, I can feel like there's this little tiny bit of poop in there.
You can feel the sliver of dew.
Yeah, you can feel the sliver of dew, and it's enough for you to go, oh, that's gonna bother me all day. Or when it happens during, like in the middle of a day, and there's no possibility for you to go and change at all. There's no possibility for you to go change your underwear at all. So you're just stuck with like a skid mark, and you're in your underwear all day, and so
all abandoned underwear at that point.
Really?
If that happens, yep, absolutely. I am not ashamed to sneak into the handicap stall and throw my underwear behind the toilet.
In a handicap stall. How?
Because then people will just think that some retarded person did it.
Yeah.
They'll just think, oh, some kid, I'm not going to specify any particular mental illness, but
I wouldn't say that's far from the truth, anyway. So.
the kind of grown man, 37-year-old dude who hangs out in handicapped toilets or whatever, throwing his shitty underwear behind the toilet. There is something wrong with that person. It's a huge risk, like farting just in general, and like it's so funny that like it's a party favor, like sometimes you fart. Like I told you, I do that bit where like if I know I'm gonna fart and I'm in a room of people, I go shh, and I get everybody quiet, and then I rip one once everybody's quiet. And like that is like a funny thing to do. Like I used to know this guy that could just fart on command, and like he did it whenever it was like perfectly timed, and it was always like, you'd fart and everybody'd clap, and it was never gross. It was just funny. It was just the sound that was so funny. But we do that, like I don't know, guys. Like I know that there are some people that they're just like against it. Like I don't fart. Like a lot of girls, they're like, I won't fart and I don't fart or whatever. And like, which is fine. I got to be honest. I'm not a fan of girls farting. It's kind of disgusting and repulsive. It's kind of disgusting and repulsive, which, I think that's interesting to think about. It's like, we have this kind of preconception of women being dainty and then them farting. It just kind of ruins all that. It's a huge turnoff for me. If I ever dated a girl that farts, man, it kind of, you got to cut them loose.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass.
So my question to you, V, then is: remember in school, right, when you're a youngin', it was like if you farted in class, that was like a death sentence. You know what I mean? Like if you farted.
You mean when you were really young? When I became like high school, it was like a party thing for me.
See, even in high school, I was like, you know what? This is farting in public is not for me.
No way, dude. We had these chairs in high school. They were like the perfect type of wood to where if you farted on them, they'd do like a brrr, like.
Did they ever trap a fart? Like, did they ever trap them? Like when you did it, and then like you would fart, and then you'd lift off just a little bit, and it would make the fart noise after the fart.
I always lift off a little bit. Like it's like a habit. Like when you fart, you lift your leg a little bit. Like you do that, right? Like I know I'm not the only one. You go, hey,
I'm trying to like imagine what I do when I fart. Do you lean back and arch your butt up, or do you lean forward and kind of like lift a cheek up? Which one do you do?
I lift the cheek. I usually do like a side, like comical side lift up, where
do you lift a leg with it and the butt? Like I'm trying to act it out here, like you lift your leg and the butt.
Like you're visibly getting lifted off your seat.
I saw something on TV.
Like a rocket.
Like it was an advertisement from us, so it had I think where you could choose what sound your fart made.
Oh, and this is actually a commercial?
No, it was like a TV show that like it's a TV show that's supposed to be super funny and
was it all that?
Yeah.
Oh, it was all that. You could have just told me it was all that.
I remember all that. Wasn't
I was telling Dayton that I used to watch all that as a kid. And he
Kenan
didn't believe
Thompson.
me. Now they have all that. They rebooted it. Can you believe that?
way. No way.
Yeah, and then Good Burger. Yeah, did they do Good Burger on the new one?
They rebooted that?
Yeah, they brought all that back.
Insane.
And with the big lady,
right? Is it versatile? Right, versatile? No. Diverse. What is the word?
Diversifying.
What's the word where it means they've got a bunch of ethnic people on there? Diverse. Is it diverse? I was like, is it versatile?
Prison? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, remember it was like all that. It had that big fat girl on there.
Yeah. I saw her recently. She was on a commercial for it. I don't know if she's on the show. I was just asking
She's like
Dayton
really
about
fat now. Like she was fat back then. She's
there's like a big fat lady on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she on the show?
She's one or two episodes.
Okay, so she came back. It's good to hear that sometimes people don't die.
That's it's funny. Megabit mentioned that if you ever fart in your hand and put it up to someone's face, that's called a buttercup. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. That's a good a buttercup. Yeah, that's a good one. You do it.
Oh, and we got Let's Fish already. Actually, what did he say? He says, it better be funny, Let's Fish, because I'm not actually proofreading these. The worst time to shart is when something happens to your clean pairs of underwear when camping or some such, and you just can't change.
Yeah.
So then that's when I'm talking. You got to abandon them, and when you're out in a campsite, they're much easier to ditch, and then you could just some bear's going to come along and wander off with it. You hope that happens.
Found the golden trove of poo.
How many times do you or how many pairs of underwear, wayward pairs of shitty underwear, have wandered off with bears in the woods? Do you think there's got to be a
come
number.
To think of it, that's a good idea, because if you're just gonna ditch your underwear, then you can just use your underwear for toilet paper too, and then just ditch the entire thing. Then you just leave a shitty piece of underwear.
Do you see
it's just covered in shit?
Yeah, how much is too much? How much does it take for you to abandon a pair of shitty underwear, V? What percentage would you say?
Well, okay, as of late, I'm not a fan of wearing underwear in general. So if I shart, it's a huge risk for me, huge risk, because I can't just abandon my pants. You know what I mean? And
you live in California where it's okay to shit in the street, right? So you don't even have to you could just drop trowel in the street.
Well,
if you got a shart, just in case,
you
just let it go.
Super late, we know this. I'm the leisure guy. I'm super lazy. Essentially the dude times 1,000. The only thing I do all day is wear a bathrobe and board shorts. No, not board shorts, but I wear gym clothes but I never go to the gym all day, you know what I mean? And so essentially I wear gym shorts, but I don't ever go to the gym. So if something happened where I had the runs or sharted or something and it seeped out, I'd be screwed, dude. I'd have to figure something out fast. I'd have to improvise. It'd be one of those adapt and overcome moments, because I'd have to figure okay, hypothetically, let's say there's an accident. Let's say I have an accident and I'm at the grocery store. I would have to use something nearby to clean up my mess, in the grocery store. Do you get what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
To quickly clean myself up, because I don't, I'm pretty much commando as it is. Oh yeah, that's a good call. Buzz mentioned you do the tops of your socks. Yeah, dude, that's it. I would remove socks entirely, which that's another problem for me, is sometimes I'm just not wearing socks.
So this is what I was gonna say is I wear ankle socks most of the time, and the only other types of socks that I wear are dress socks, and those aren't thick enough. You know what I'm saying? So that becomes a problem. I do want to address this. Jamis in the chat said, well, first Yakov said, between Dan Schneider and Brian Peck, Amanda Bynes never stood a chance. Poor girl. That's a pedophile joke for anybody who doesn't know. Dan the Foot Schneider. Didn't he actually just get arrested recently? Or no, maybe he was just on, I think he was just on Epstein's logs.
Yeah, definitely on his logs.
But I've got to fact check James here. While you were talking, I was fact checking, because he said Keenan and Kel are now a gay couple. And when he said it, I laughed, but then I was like, well, wait a minute. That sounds almost believable. So I had to go check. And
No,
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 he's Kel is actually married to Taisha Hampton. Is that a person? Oh no.
he's not. He's
He's
not
not
married to one of
anymore.
the.
Asia Lee is.
I
who he's
always
married
imagined
now.
that they would both grow up and marry the sisters. What are their names? Tia and Tamara.
Tia and Tamara
The
Mowry.
sisters.
Yeah.
That's
The
a funny thing to say.
Sisters.
But you know who I'm. Yeah,
Cube.
Tia and Tamara.
No,
Tia
he's
and
still
Tamara.
on
Remember?
all that.
He's still on all that.
Uh-huh.
You saw him the other day?
No way.
Yeah, he's
No,
on that.
Keenan is on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
now.
he moved up.
He's actually the only funny person on Saturday Night Live, if you ask me.
You know
He did
what's
that
funny
Thumbs
about
Off.
Keenan? Didn't he go to Mad TV as well for a while?
There was like this huge
He's, like,
thing. Oh yeah, I
moved
think you're right.
from
no,
every
Kel
single-
was the one. There was this huge thing where everybody thought Kel was dead. Like, remember they were doing those things where like there was this thing on Facebook that was like R.I.P. Tony Hawk, and so everybody thought that Tony Hawk had like died or something, and it like went trending, and so like there was this had to be this thing where Tony Hawk got on the internet and was like, "Look, I'm still alive. I wasn't even in a car accident. This is all bullshit." Well, they kept doing that with famous people, and I think Kel was one of them, where they had said that he died, but he like didn't die. But the weird thing is like I didn't know about that he wasn't actually dead. So for the longest time, I thought, "Oh, didn't he die?" Like legit. Like I was like, I thought he was dead. But no, he's actually alive and doing stuff somewhere. He's not as popular as Keenan.
He
but
was
he
on
was
Wild and Out. I
He was
think
in
was like
Mystery
his
Man. I was gonna say,
his
and I loved him in
thing.
Mystery Man.
Yeah, that movie's pretty good. He was in he is in fact in All That. Kel is in All That or
Really?
on All That, the new one. Yeah, he was
He's,
on
like,
Double.
never left.
You know what's funny is like you look at his stuff and it's like he just never grew up. You know what I mean? It's like he did that one PG-13 movie, Mystery Men, and then that's it. Because then he's like in Clifford the Big Red Dog, The Proud Family, the Nick Cannon Show, Clifford Puppy. Like he's been in Clifford forever. It looks like half and half. Then he's just got, and then you like look towards his current stuff, and he's in like
it's funny how like
Wild
we
and Out,
judge
Double
actors
Dare.
like that. We go, they never did nothing, but really, like he probably had a
Was he
good
in
gig on Clifford. Like they're
SpongeBob?
probably paying him bank, and he was just like, "This
Any
is cool. I'll
ninja?
just do it."
No, he was
But like
in.
we're going, you never did nothing with your life. You never made anything good. You were Clifford. That was like lame, dude.
Meanwhile, he's like sitting there with like $100 bills, wiping his nose and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, and then he like this dude is like the remake king or the reboot king because look, he's in Double Dare. He like there was a reboot of Double Dare apparently.
Awesome. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
And then All That, and then he was Beans McBeans on SpongeBob, which is a funny name. And then as far as movies, he really hasn't done in much. Good Burger, naturally, and then Mystery Men. And then after that, it's just been a bunch of like Kel Videos Live, which is like a movie apparently. And
Pit
then
rolls over there.
yeah, and then Dance. He was in a movie called Dance Foo.
That sounds like a goal.
It's, you know what? I kind of want to see what this Dance Foo is all about.
It can't be as good as Shaolin Soccer. Have you seen that? Stephen Chow's
Yeah.
Shaolin Soccer.
No, I'm going
Great.
to let you in on a little secret here that will shape everything that you need to. It'll shape your opinion of Dance Foo immediately. It was directed by Cedric the Entertainer.
No way.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot.
Yeah. And it was written by Kel Mitchell. He actually wrote it.
So he wrote it and like called up Cedric and was like, "Will you direct my movie?" He's like, "We're black, right? We should do
Yeah,
black
we can
stuff."
definitely. I think we can pull this off. And then looks like all we're doing right now is just reading the chat, basically.
I know. We're farting around. That's what I said we were gonna do.
So yeah, just lasting long enough to where like the last. Oh, I need to pull up the Balchinian lore because that's what we're reading after I.
Oh, I
chug
thought
this,
you were gonna do the Sherlock Gnomes.
So
script.
I wanted to, but when I pulled up the script, I couldn't even be sure that it was the actual script, and it didn't follow like a normal screenplay, which would have been easy to do. But I think if we read Balchinian lore, I think that will be appreciated more than me trying to read like what might or might not be the Sherlock
It shocks
Gnomes
me
script.
that there is even like a Balchinian like it's kind of funny because we joke about it and then like there's actually a thing. You know what's funny is I was gonna post something with a Balchinian picture on Twitter like to like allude to what you're doing or whatever, and like it reminded me that there was that movie movie 45 I want to say it's called. You remember that movie? movie 43 where Hugh Jackman has the balls on his
Doesn't he have to wear a scarf or something?
and then he's on that date with that girl. I can't remember what it's like. Charlize Theron. It's like some really hot actress, and then he's got balls.
Yeah.
That movie it's so ridiculous. Like everything in that movie is so ridiculous, and like the whole movie you're going, what the? And then at the end there's like this really weird thing with like, have you seen that movie?
Yes.
Do you remember the end where there's that weird cartoon cat thing? And it's like super bizarre. Like the cat is like really obsessed with its owner, like to the point where it's like trying to murder his girlfriend, and then it's like caught whacking off pictures of him. It's like super weird. It's like Garfield, but only if it was like creepy. Like it was like it's like the weird. Like I remember when I got to the end of that movie, I was like, that was pretty good, and then they show that scene, and I'm like, what, dude? This is like appalling. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I remember watching that movie and not thinking much of it at all. But I think that was like the opinion of everybody who watched that movie. Wasn't Gerard Butler? He was a leprechaun or something in that movie, right?
There was a bunch of actors. That movie has like a bunch of actor cameos in it. If you watch it, you'll laugh because there's so many actors in it. And you're going, what the heck? How did they get them to do this? Like, how did they get Hugh Jackman to wear fake balls for that movie? And it's like literally like a ton of famous actors. Like Halle Berry's in it, and she does some weird things. There's all these weird things that people are doing. But yeah, it's I think it's worth at least one watch just so you can be like, that was weird. But I guess we're kind of like stalling now. So did you get the
I'm pulling it up. I'm looking up some Balchinian lore. Right now I have the wiki pulled up. But it's not enough. And I don't want, I mean, I probably it's really like 3 paragraphs and that's it. So like I feel like there's got to be more Balchinian fan fiction. That's what I wanted to look up.
Oh yeah, I would be surprised if
Dean in Black, Men in Blacks, funny looking black people, Balchinian Men in Black. By the way, anybody who's wondering who that voice is in the background, that's Dayton. He's joined us for today's episode. He's the one who wrote those creepypastas that you guys enjoyed so much. So, Dade, say hi to everybody.
Hello.
I'm trying to see here if this is Dean in Black. It looks like this is there is some fan fiction. Let me look up and see if I can find it on the page so I can just start at the Balchinian part.
Yeah, it's funny. There's some famous actors that were in Romeo and Juliet. James McAvoy, did you know he was in that? And Johnny Depp.
No, doesn't surprise me though.
I mean, I've never seen these movies. I guess that goes without saying, but it's kind of surprising to me that there are so many famous actors in such a dumb movie. But that is that's always like a funny thing to me. It's like, that person was in that dumb movie. What were they thinking? And I guess they can get away with it because it's not like it's going to mess up their career. They're just, they're not going to see them on screen. They're just doing a voice. Yao Ming.
No, I get it. Like, honestly, it's like probably doing it for their kids. Like, I'm sure if you looked at the age of some of their kids at the time that they recorded or that they did it, they'd probably be youngerns. Like
does
Johnny Depp's kid.
Does Jameis call your kids the Lipnickies too?
No, I don't know.
I just noticed he said Jonathan Lipnicki, and I was laughing because
I tend to tune him out sometimes when he's just, because sometimes he just says some things that I don't get. Yeah, Jameis said Johnny Depp is in everything. He's everyone. We used to have a joke where the greatest trick that Johnny Depp ever played was convincing the world that he didn't exist, and like every actor is actually just Johnny Depp in disguise.
Right.
Yes, welcome, Mugwort. Are we do you want to do the inside the creepypasta writer's studio? Dave, do you want to answer?
I think at this point we're just stalling.
I know. I'm just trying to get us to the 10 o'clock hour. Like, if we can get to the 9:50, I think then we can do the shot, and then I'll do the Balchinian lore. So let's
have Balchinian lore.
Well, no, it's just the Men in Black wiki. So I mean, it's not anything special. But Dade, why don't you tell us what your process is when you're writing a creepypasta? Like, how do you come up with your ideas.
Where do you come up with ideas? Dead air.
Thinking of something, then making it look kind of evil, then making it kind of scary.
Okay. So where's the oh, hey Mug, hey Justin. So where did dentist.exe come from?
Oh yeah, good question. I'm interested in that too.
Because I don't like the dentist.
Because you don't like the dentist? That's pretty good.
Yeah, no one really likes the dentist, to be honest.
And then which one is your... Do you write these stories based off of events that happened in your real life? Like, were you ever sucked into a portal where Slender Man was and it said, give me $20? All right, well, whatever. Let's just do this shot and get it over with.
Yeah, might as
Oh,
well.
my goodness. You know what? I brought a trash bag down with me.
Do we have a drum roll?
I did.
Do we have a drum roll? You guys ready for this? Tom's about to do a shot.
Just in case I got a yak, I have the garbage bag there. Watch Dayton snatch it and hide it or something.
I'm interested to see how much you're gonna do here, because I mean, a shot, like that's. I mean, we're talking a shot here, right? Like not like just a little dabble of this hot sauce. We're talking like a sinister amount of hot sauce.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had, even like with my dinner. You know what I mean? Like I normally just put a small amount, and
yeah, and that's the
and
other
just
thing I
dip
was
the
gonna
food
say is
lightly
like
into it.
you haven't even tasted this hot sauce, so
No.
you don't even know. You don't know what you're in for here.
I'm really trying to get this dang thing open. This is the problem with opening it live on the air, is like then everybody gets to learn that I'm a weakling with no
They're all
fingernails.
fumbling around.
Struggling with this wrapper.
Call your hostage and ask her to open it for you.
Oh no. Take a whiff of this. Just smell it. Just smell it.
It smells like chili.
Smells like chili. Well, that's probably what it tastes like.
Man, this is
Oh no.
I feel for you right now. I'm glad that I didn't say I was gonna do anything.
I didn't think we'd ever. This is like half the bottle.
Oh my
It's like half
gosh,
the bottle.
that is a shot.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Oh boy, do we have a drum roll or
No.
or what?
Do you want to do one? Do you want to make like a drum roll noise?
Is that efficient right there?
Yeah.
Can you hear the drum roll?
Yeah. Are we ready?
All right, ready.
To
All right. Cheers, mate.
to the Balchinians. Oh.
Oh my God, do it.
Chug it.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude.
I gotta be honest, I didn't see that coming. I should have guessed that you were gonna throw up, but that. All I heard was. I know it's not nice to laugh at somebody vomiting, but it's the sound that makes it so funny. You know, the gurgle and the. You make that sound that sounds like. You all right there, boss?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm getting it all up.
Classic. I guess, yeah, I should have saw that coming. I didn't expect that to. I don't think anybody's gonna blame you if you don't finish it.
That wasn't even close to finishing.
Was it really strong?
Yuck! It just tastes like awful, spicy, sour. Can you give me the paper towels, kiddo? Man,
Hey, if
a
I would
Balchinian is
I
a
would
race of
never-
unique Dominics. They have human appearances and long, sagging faces, but they have one feature different from humans. They make the males at least have genitalia on their chin, which explains their name. This is their weak spot, as they are fairly strong against other hits, which may be why they wear large ball sacks.
I love that you followed through with the bullshit. Didn't even miss a beat, dude.
In Men in Black 2, Serlita enlists a series of aliens to stop K and J. K kicks one alien's crotch to no avail. When J reminds him he's Balchinian, K exposes his balls and kicks him there. No other Balchinians are shown. Balchinians have become famous for their appearance, shown during bloopers.
Oh my gosh.
Shown during bloopers, Will Smith gives a series of Alamate names for the alien, which were also inappropriate. During airings on TV, the name Balchinians is changed, and the genitalia is deleted out, or the part is deleted altogether. All right. Whew. That was a tough one.
What were the other ones? Nutthroatian, Scrotsacian, right?
Oh, I don't even know. Oh, man.
I'm proud of you, dog. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. My mouth hurts.
You took one for the team. That was for you guys for getting us up to 500 subscribers, which we're at 505 now, which is awesome. So at 1,000, no, 1,000 subscribers. At 1,000 subscribers, Tom's gonna butt chug that. No, I'm just kidding. We're not gonna make Tom do anything more. Let's continue to get us more subscribers and more viewers, and people continue to follow us. And yeah, Justin Welker, his name is Rap.
I say when you get 1,000 subscribers, you should make video it.
Oh no. I can't even hang with mild hot sauce, dude. I know I'm supposed to be like Mexican or whatever, but like even mild hot sauce is too spicy. Cinnamon gum is like too spicy for me. Like if I eat cinnamon gum, I'm like, oh man, like I'm doing that, that sound.
Flour
like
is V's favorite spice.
Yeah, exactly. I'm proud of you though, dog. You went through. You did it. I was not expecting you to throw. I can't believe. I should have expected that, but I feel for you, and you did what you followed through.
I was just gonna throw it back, but as soon as I went to open my mouth over it, I could just taste it already, and there was no way that was happening.
Mike says that I'm next. I gotta do something next. Boofing.
Yeah.
The pink sock at 1,000, right?
Oh my god, the prolapsed anus.
Man, I had a pepper stuck in my nose, and that's why it still burns. All right, well that's it for today's episode.
Yeah. No, seriously, thanks for showing up, guys. Thanks for always showing up consistently. We love you guys. We do. And continue to share and like and follow us on whatever. If you noticed my my little picture there for when I come on screen is changed. It's got my LinkedIn and my Twitter and stuff. So you can follow me. And, if you don't follow me, if you do follow me, make sure you tell your friends about us. You had me at Bigfoot podcast and all your friends and their friends, and let's continue to keep this ball rolling and get us to the point where we're notable, like we'll actually get some people asking us to do promos like dude wipes or whatever. So there you go. That's what I got. What else you got, Tom? Anything?
Let's see. Well, everyone in the chat, if you want to throw your links, if you've got t-shirts and stuff to sell, I don't know who all's out there. I know Yakov's out there. Buy a Yakov shirt. And, we have merch as well. Yeah, I'm out here shilling for Yakov. I think you should. I mean, he's got some new cool ones. Personally, I have the one that you saw, the I Wouldn't Worry About It is my favorite, but he's got a lot of cool new ones that I'm toying with the idea of grabbing one. And let's see, what else? Who else do we have in the chat that wants to go watch James on his stream? He does still does the Dead by Daylight plays. And James, if you want to leave your link or whatever in the chat, and people can go over there and donate or whatever you do on Twitch to help people. He got a new job that he could always use the assistance because he doesn't get the $1,200 stimulus check. So, you know, let's all help jam us out in these unprecedented times, these trying times.
Right.
And who else do we got? Now, I can't drink milk, J. Coop. Like, a lot of people always tell me the only time I use milk is when I get pepper sprayed, right? You pour milk in your eyes. People don't know that, but if you get milk or whatever in your eyes or CS gas in your eyes, you pour milk in it. And it neutralizes it. But I can't drink milk because I'm lactose intolerant, so... That was a lot of pepper in there.
Classic.
For everybody who saw, Yakov said that he recorded it in case something went wrong. He likes those snuff tapes or whatever. But, yeah. Go check out on Fridays. So tomorrow, Yakov, you're doing your show on Saturday, right? Go check out Skinwalker Tapes. I was on a recent couple episodes, actually. 2 episodes in the last month or so, and have a lot of fun on that show. If you like the show here and you want some actual information, they do a lot of they actually provide information on their show, whereas we just we do the dick and fart jokes. So we get the dick and fart jokes out of your system with us, and then go learn something on Skinwalker Tapes. Everybody else, make sure you hit that like, hit that MF and like and dislike and whatever. Do you want to do the thing where you send us off? Do you want to do the closing out? Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe. Dayton, go ahead and do it. Send us off, Dayton. It's all you. Say whatever you want.
Something. It says say something.
Oh, come on.
Funny guy.
This kid. So go ahead and give us something to work with, Dave. Tell them to hit that like button, subscribe, and tell your friends and all that cool stuff.
Subscribe it, hit the notifications button, like, and watch the next video.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, do tune in next week. We'll resume our series of, what do we call it? The Swinging Dicks.
Swinging Dicks. We're going back to solving murder mysteries and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Take care, guys.